Good day, you guys. I figured I would take you guys along on my day. This is the night before this vlog, and I wanted to share my pear scrap jelly that I make. It's something that I absolutely love making because these scraps are just from the pears that I jarred up earlier in this day, and I am getting some more product out of it to put on the shelves to put in my baby's tummies over winter. It's pretty easy. You just peel your pears, obviously, put them in the jars, jar them up, save the scraps. So you're going to cut the butts off, take the stems off, and you're going to cook down the skins in the middles of it, and then you'll see how I was straining it. I like to use Sure Gel. I used 1 box. I only had 4 cups of juice that I got. I'm making a spiced pear scrap jelly, so I'm just putting some cinnamon, ginger in here, and I put a little splash of lemon juice in there just because. On to the next day. Counter's a complete mess. Everything is a mess right now. We are in the very last stages of getting things ready. The kitchen schoolroom is so close to being done. It's so close and so needed. Winter's like a blink away. It feels like it's so close. But these are just what I do for my kids. I get questions on what I do for the little kids. I don't let them sit and play games. Piper's 3, and I do let her join in on school activities as she wants. You can see I don't really even have to guide her. It's kind of common sense for her, not for every child, but for her to just follow along and watch what I'm doing with the other girls. Here's a bit of a mess. We're doing some gluing. I got Fisher and Gage on The Good and the Beautiful. I'm really loving this program. It's new to us. I'm absolutely loving it. The kids are loving it. The boys are loving it. A lot of this stuff is just to keep the other kids busy and occupied. You can see I have canning stuff all over the place. Lemon's over here doing a little bit of her schoolwork in her binder to keep her feeling involved as well. That's Gage's little kit right there. He is doing the high school program on The Good and the Beautiful, and he's doing amazing at it. This is just some refreshers for the other boys while I am doing a couple kits. I have the older boys, well, the younger older boys, work on things that they can do without me. As for homeschooling a special needs child, it is a bit challenging and different. Freya does have Down syndrome, and she does have her good days and bad days. Most days she likes to do things like this where she can cut things out, but today she was focused on matching. She's into pairing right now, and that's a big deal for her. She's tracing, and she knows her bigs and small and organizing and things like that. But when it comes to any child, especially a special needs child, you don't want to pressure them if they're not having a good day, say in cutting or in separating or in counting. Don't pressure them in that one subject. Just switch to another subject. So that's what we did with Freya. I just let her have some fun in this little book, and she got some learning and hands-on that day. Now I'm going to do some lunch. I harvested the leftovers of the garden. We are slowing down and we don't have much left in the garden. The onions I got from the store. You could even see in the freezer, my freezer frozen stash is going down, which is what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm just cooking what I have up just to use up to get it out so I can restock with fresh stuff. That's just a chunk of frozen bell peppers. I'm doing a chicken pasta. My kids love pasta. They love chicken. And this is another chicken can meal. You guys know I'm a huge chicken can fan. And these are one of the meals that I do with it. Just add a lot of vegetables, put it in pasta sauce. I'm using my Berkey for filtered water. We do have a well on the property and we filter it out. We love our Berkey. It gives us fresh, clean water. For the side, we are having a blueberry pear cobbler. Turned out amazing. Kids loved it.
and a Phillips screwdriver, so the star and a flat blade.
What did you say first? The star and the flat blade. Blade.
Yep.
Flat blade. So what do you need?
I think that's a good view. What do you think, Killian?
Really good view, because you can see the city from over there. Pretty sure over there is Bono. And over there is whatever it's called.
So if we go that way, we go to Vernal. But what if we go this way?
I think this way.
Where's that way? Provo? Heber?
Why is Provo?
Oh, maybe.
Shadow clouds. Shadow clouds. Those clouds. Open the door. Don't. Where's he done? That looks like a foot. Is it good enough also?
What?
I don't care where I should tip on plushies. Plushies are good. Maybe. But I can't get my hands out right now.
Yeah.
Ah, my head.
Alright, I am back. It is the end of the night and I wanted to get 4 quarts of onion soup inside of my electric Presto. I am absolutely loving my electric Presto canner. It does everything for me. I can just set it and walk away. Once I put the little nozzle on top when it tells me to, it does everything on its own. Cool off to being done everything. So I'm cooking down my onions. I'm using 6 pounds of onions. I just diced them all up and I put a tablespoon of butter in there and a few pinches of sugar to caramelize them. In the meantime, I have my pressure canner warming my jars up. It's late. I tell you guys, I do a lot of my canning late at night. And I'm not a strict parent. I don't force my kids to go to bed if they don't want to. So if I'm up doing something and my kids don't want to be asleep, I don't force them to go to sleep. They just hang out with me until they're ready to go to sleep. I don't have homemade bone broth. For some reason, I'm a bit intimidated in using it, so I bought it from the store. This is the first time me and Chris ever bought wine together. We've been married 12 years, and we've never bought an alcohol together. Maybe once in the beginning, but we do have wine for this specific reason on making some French onion soup, and I've been experimenting with cooking with it in pasta sauce. It's been interesting, especially because we're not drinkers, so it's kind of like I feel kind of old lady rebel because I think it's really not something people should buy, but I'm using it for cooking and I know that sounds silly. Anyways, those are the spices I put in there. I put a teaspoon of each spice in there and I put 1 bay leaf. If you're going to do it this way, I use 12 cups of bone broth. Well, not bone broth. I use 12 cups of beef broth, 1 teaspoon of each of these spices, and 1 bay leaf. And then I'm going to let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, here we go. Leave an inch headspace. Watch those rims, wipe them clean, stick them in there. I did mine for 75 minutes. I did my pints for 65 minutes. And we are going to have some yummy shelf-stable stuff for our shelves. This is the next day. We are getting ready to head to town. I have an OB appointment. The set, all 4 of my jars sealed. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlogs. Catch you on the next vlog.